What is going on, Jets fans? Welcome back into Jets Media. My name is Richie, and in this show, I want to talk about the Jets getting great grades in the 2025 NFL Draft across the NFL space. I think that Armand Membou, Mason Taylor, Azareye'h Thomas, and the boys are going to be game changers, and the more time that passes, the more I'm falling in love with this draft class, and I'm actually serious about that. And I just really want to get more Jets fans' thoughts about this class in general, because I feel like Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji needed to ace this draft in order to propel the New York Jets into a new identity, into a brand new regime. And I feel like they did just that in the 2025 NFL Draft. We're going to talk about it all right here on Jets Media. Do me a favor, smash the like button on your way into the show. Why am I sitting? We got to get the standing desk up, man. Come on now. We got Mr. Met. Let's go Mets, by the way. Let's go. All right. So the NFL Draft was fantastic, all right? I was there, as you all know by now. It was fantastic. I got this little helmet. I also got, I don't think you can see it, actually. If I zoom out, maybe you can. There you go. I got the NFL Draft pennant up there with the Super Bowl, with the credentials. Ooh, it's a lot of fun right now, man. I'm having a good time. Standing Richie is here because I am still fired up every time I do my research on these draft picks, watching the tape, researching the weaknesses, the strengths, how it fits Aaron Glenn, what the mindset is of these guys. Listen, man. I feel like if you're a Jets fan and you look at this draft class, there's so many reasons to be excited about it. So many reasons. And I feel like when you get a class like the Jets did, where they get the players that you wanted them to get, ooh, that feels good. Tell me that doesn't feel good, folks. Tell me that doesn't feel good. And we got to talk about it right here on the channel. So, folks, do me a favor right now. Hit that like button. If you did not already, on your way into the show, would really do appreciate that if you can simply smash the thumbs up button right here for the boy, as we have all the draft picks on your screen right now. Let's get into business. All right. B-Mac's in the chat. Anytime Richie stands up, he starts getting hype. You know me, B-Mac. You know me by now. Nice. Jet Up. My boy Hennessy's in the chat. As always, appreciate you, bro. Good morning, Jet Up Jay. Good morning, my friend. Tyrone Williams in the chat. What up, Richie? I approve of this draft. Let's effing go Jets. My guy. I absolutely love that. Good morning, Richie, and let's go Jets. Let's freaking go Jets, man. So I do want to get into some things with you guys. Before we do that, I did want to remind everybody that the Jets Media Day 2025 priority list is live right now. And if you're not familiar what the priority list entails, it gives you access to a lot of interesting things across the landscape of Jets Media Day. So if you guys go to the link in the description of the video or the link that is right now pinned at the top of the chat, you will be able to fill out this form. And what this form will do is give you access to Jets Media Day tickets. All right. The Jets Media Day event is going to be this year. I don't know which game it is yet. I have to wait, of course, for the schedule to release and pick the game and talk with the Jets. But there is a lot of fun things happening for this year's event. And if you are interested, you go to this website. I linked all of the Jets Media Day recap and live shows from previous events. In case you're wondering what Jets Media Day is, people probably don't even know what the heck it is. 2022 is the first event against the Dolphins. 2023 was against the Patriots. Last year was a game against the Broncos. And if you want to get an idea of what the event entails, you guys can go watch some of these videos and get a good idea of what it's about. And all you got to do is fill out the information: first, last name, phone number, email. Have you been to Jets Media Day before? And then how many tickets are you interested in? And that's it. That's all you got to do is submit. What that will do is will give you access to the priority list, which means you get access to the tickets before the public and all the information that comes from that. So go click that link if you're interested in tickets. If you fill out the form, that does not cement you into you have to buy tickets or anything like that. It just gives you all the news that you need. All right. We got B-Mac. Oh, boy. My boy B-Mac in the chat giving me a $20 super chat. Guys, do me a favor right now and hit the thumbs up button on BMAC Super Chat because my guy is out here showing me the love, man. He's showing me the love, and he deserves the love from you guys in the chat as well. He says, Richie, man, I feel like with the talent we have, we should be pretty sturdy team if these coaches are who they say they are and get it together. I say this every year. When you have talent with no production, it's on coaching. Absolutely. And I think a lot of people look at what the Jets have done in recent years. A lot of people blame the coaching for the failure. And I think now that with a brand new coaching staff here, there's reasons to be excited and optimistic of what this Jets team can accomplish. So I really do appreciate what the Jets team is doing with this new regime. And I do appreciate you big time, BMAC, with the $20 super chat. So thank you very much. That's very generous. Guys, hit the like button on BMAC Super Chat. He deserves the love right here. So big shout out to you, my friend. I think that the coaching staff in recent years has been so abysmal to the point where we're just not used. We don't even know what good coaching looks like. Jets fans don't know what good coaching looks like from a Jets perspective, right? And there's no guarantee that Glenn is a good coach. We have no idea. We have to wait and see. But I think there's reasons to be optimistic. And it starts with the not messing around mentality. And the reason why I wanted to go live this morning on a specific topic is I'm seeing a lot of people in the NFL space give the Jets love. And I think that's interesting because the draft class is getting rave reviews. It's not like, we're getting A+s all over the place, but people are definitely giving the Jets fans and the Jets organization some benefit of the doubt. Go to Jets Media Day. It was a blast. I'm taking my grandfather again this year and maybe my kids. It's going to be my 8-year-old's first game. Woo! Absolutely. That is awesome, man. BMAC, I can't wait to see you there again, my friend. Let's go. Let's go. Pick the game before the schedule, Richie. Screw it. You're standing up and everything. Might as well just call it. Well, I do know the opponents, but the reason why it's hard to call it is because I don't know who the Jets are facing off early on in the year. That's why you got to wait. But, hey, Jets versus Steelers. How about that? Earlier in the year. I don't know what it's going to be. We'll see. We'll see. Mutt Bios in the chat looks good. Day 3 picks. There's some question marks. But, hey, they're supposed to be developmental pieces anyway. Exactly. I mean, for the people that always have so much criticism on day 3 picks, they're developmental pieces. They're going to provide depth, right? They're not going to be immediate impactful starters. But I think there is one player on day 3 that can be a starter in Malachi Moore. And I think that the first 3 picks, Membou, Taylor, and Thomas, all have potential to be starters. So you could come away from this draft with 4 starters. That's a good draft. Starting right tackle, Armand Membou. Starting tight end, Mason Taylor. Starting corner, Azareye'h Thomas. Starting safety, Malachi Moore. And then the wide receiver, Arian Smith, got to prove himself to be a guy in this league. And then the 2 players from Miami, they're going to be depth pieces. I mean, come on. What do we expect? Tyrone says, Richie, what's your thoughts on the wide receiver we picked when there were others that we could have chose from? They picked the one that doesn't have great hands, even though AG thinks he can be a great wide receiver. Hey, excuse me. It's allergy season. My apologies. So the Jets draft pick of Arian Smith, it's one word and one word only why the Jets drafted this player. They went with a trait. And the trait that they elected to go with is speed, right? And I think that's very important here of the Jets draft pick of Arian Smith. And I feel like I had a feeling, and I've said it multiple times heading in to this draft class, that the Jets are going to go after a speedster in this class. I don't know who it's going to be. I'm not going to predict it probably. But when it comes to a wide receiver, I've heard Glenn and Muji say the word speed a lot. So that's why I'm thinking to myself, yeah, they're going to go after some type of guy with elite speed. And when day 3 started, there was a lot of wide receivers that was drafted before the Jets' first pick in the day 3, and they all had the similar trait of speed. So the Jets, when they're on the clock, they drafted the player on their board that they feel like has the most game-wrecking speed. And this is a gamble. This is one of those high-risk, high-rewards types of moves. Like, if Arian Smith hits, you're talking about a player that's going to be a game-changing piece to this offense. that can take the top off the defense, be an explosive piece out of the backfield, get him the ball in space. But if he fails, it's a 4th-round pick. That's a bust, right? I mean, that's the case. And you look at the wide receiver room for the Jets, definitely a lot of question marks around the Jets wide receiver room outside of Garrett Wilson, of course. But I think that the Jets are rolling the dice of Arian Smith, and I feel like there's a lot of bad things around Arian Smith's name, and I have a feeling that there's a chance that this draft pick could hit. And we have some players that's going to be competing for that number 2, number 3 position. Malachi Corley entering year number 2. We signed Josh Reynolds. You still got Allen Lazard. You draft Arian Smith. So there's guys, but the good news is, folks, we have Garrett Wilson. We have Garrett Wilson, and that's the most important thing. LaSalle in the chat. Yeah, Elegy just found out this month I'm all pollen. Yeah, pollen season is here, unfortunately. Pollen season is here, and I am feeling it. I got home from Green Bay, and I got smacked in the face with pollen, which reminds me I got to go take my allergy medicine right after this show because I went to CVS and got all my medicine this morning. Jets forever in the chat. Fields, Brees, Braylon, ID. Nobody is stopping that. Corley in the slot. Jets forever is pumped up. When Jets forever is pumped up, you know that it's a problem. In a good way, man, in a good way. Peculiar says, calling it now, Corley will be a fierce weapon for us this year. I hope so. I really hope so. I think that would be awesome. I really do think that would be awesome. Frankie is a nice pick. He was a beast at Miami. Their Mike linebacker could be a Sherwood Quincy step in easily. Yeah, I think that the Jets drafting Jamie Sherwood 4 years ago is similar to the Jets draft pick of Francisco Mauga. I already forgot his name. He's going to develop, right? I think the goal here is when Jamie Sherwood's contract is up, maybe Francisco is good enough to take on the Mike linebacker full time. I think that's what the Jets' vision is. And I think that this is a guy that was fierce and can step in and has a really high football IQ, physical, has a lot of traits that you can translate to the NFL immediately. I love it. I like Brady Cook. I watched his film after we picked him up. I watched an interview with him talking about being a Jet. Brady Cook said he likes playing with grit. Grit or grit? I think that Brady Cook is going to be the next Chris Streveler of the Jets fan, or Adrian Martinez, where Jets fans are going to fall in love with the guy. They're going to say, play him. And you know what I mean? Like, that's what he's going to become, right? I like Brady Cook too. He's an undrafted free agent. You never know. Did a quick peek. I think Arian Smith became the pick because while other guys have numbers, they either didn't track the ball well or play too similar to Reynolds and Lazard. Yeah, I think Arian Smith's traits, they feel like as a Jets coaching staff, they can coach him up. And I've said it before, but the one thing about Arian Smith that AG brought up that I really liked is the first thing when you have a problem as a player needs to be, you have to be self-aware. And that's very important. That's like a really important trait in life in general. If you have some type of flaw in you as a human, in order to dig deep and correct the flaw, you need to be self-aware of it. If you're ignorant, be like, nah. Like say there's a part of you that's upsetting your family or friends and you're just not aware of it. And then you're upsetting everybody around you. It's never going to fix. But if you become aware of it, you need to fix it and you change. That's the case. That's a completely different analogy. But when it comes to football, Arian Smith has a drop issue. He could be ignorant, be like, I don't have a drop issue. Those are fluke drops. I'm fine, coach. But no, he's aware. He's like, nah, I got to fix that. So he's going to put in the work. And John Gruden was raving about Arian Smith before the draft. Now, John Gruden's not in the league anymore for a reason. He's working at Barstool. I'm not going to take John Gruden's opinion, but I do find it interesting. Out of all the receivers John Gruden mentioned, it is him before the season start, before the draft. And he's one of those, it's such a gamble that I kind of like. That's how I look at it. This is such a gamble where he is such an athlete and he's such an athlete and such a speedster burner that I really like. We need to have a speedster in this offense. We really don't have one. But my favorite pick of this entire class continues to be Azareye'h Thomas, man. It really is. Like, I cannot stop getting hyped up about this kid. I really can't. And there's so many reasons to be excited about it. Number one, the Jets simply don't have a cornerback to replace DJ Reed for the long run. But now they do. Now they do. Quantez Stiggers, fun little story last year. But the length and size and the athleticism of Azareye'h and Aaron Glenn telling him, like, go out to the line of scrimmage and we're going to choke him out. Are you kidding me, coach? That's crazy, first of all. Not going to complain. But I think that the Brandon Stephens and Azareye'h Thomas competition for that CB2 spot is going to be really interesting. I think that, of course, there's a play that Stephens can play safety, but then Malachi Moore. Like, I think there's going to be so much depth where I want the starting safeties to be Malachi Moore, low-key, and Andre Cisco. I think Malachi Moore and Andre Cisco would be a really cool safety tandem. And then Thomas starting at corner, but then where's Brandon Stephens? I guess, you know, Stephens can play safety, maybe in certain packages, maybe, I don't know. They're probably going to make Stephens the starter and then Thomas compete for that spot. But what do we know? We have no idea. But let's get deep. I feel like people are just forgetting about our first round draft pick of Armand Membou, and not forgetting about it, just more of what I mean by that is he's getting overshadowed because the offensive line has been a talking point of Jets fans since I started making content on Jets media, really. I mean, let's be honest, it's been a talking point forever. And we've been waiting for this Jets team to fix their offensive line because we can all agree that the offensive line is where it all starts. That's where you need to build a team properly. And I think the Jets finally solidifying their offensive line. It just feels so good. Look at this offensive line and tell me a weakness. Usually you look at an offensive line, it's like, we're good here, but right there. Ooh, this is good, but the only weakness on the offensive line is one thing and one thing only. And that is totally okay. Depth. That's the only weakness. And newsflash, not every single NFL team has the best depth in the world of offensive line. Not everybody has fantastic backups. Like, you can't get spoiled here. Yeah, but Richie, we're an injury away from having a bad offensive line. Every offensive line in the NFL is an injury away from having a bad offensive line, bro. Okay? If they could stay healthy for a full season, which I know is not easy, right? We can't expect all five of these guys at full health for 17 games. They're going to have to do that. But I trust the coaching staff of if somebody does banged up, we have the guys that's going to be able to plug in and play immediately. I think getting Myers in free agency is good depth interior. I still like our two tackles backing up. We brought in that Patriots tackle. We still have Max Mitchell, right? We still have, what's his name? Why is his name for Chuck Clark? No, not Chuck Clark. What the heck is this guy's name? Why am I forgetting our other tackle's name? Carter Warren. That's what I'm thinking of. Carter Warren. We brought in the guy from the Patriots, Max Mitchell. We brought in Josh Myers to be the backup behind Joe Tippmann. Xavier Newman, I thought, was solid. And the Jets are not done adding pieces. I think that they're going to add more offensive line depth heading into training camp, right? Heading into training camp. So let's do it. Richie, do you think we need a tight end and another wide receiver? Listen, I think the tight end position is pretty much set. I like our tight ends. They're young. They're hungry. You know, Mason Taylor, Jeremy Ruckert, Stone Smart, I think is a solid 3-punch. Stone Smart, I think, has tremendous upside as a tight end that I feel like not a lot of people are talking about. You know, you look at his limited sample size in Los Angeles with the Chargers. I like that. So you add Mason Taylor, who's such a pure tight end, bro. Like, you know how awesome it is that we just got a tight end that we can really be excited about to be our starter? Mason Taylor brings so much fun and so much juice to this offense where he's so reliable. Like, The fun thing about Mason Taylor that Jets fans are going to realize is he's a safety blanket. It's fourth down. You need a first down. You give it to Mason Taylor on a little bootleg. He's going to catch the ball. He's going to dive for the first down. Like, he's so reliable. He's super young. He's hungry. He's a high football IQ. This is probably going to be one of the fan favorites of the class, in my opinion, because we've been looking for a tight end for a while. And LSU didn't really utilize him to his full strengths. I don't think that LSU gave him like the full route tree and the full opportunity, right? So, guys, don't forget to hit the like button. It really does help out the channel more than you guys know. Simply smash thumbs up right now if you're new to the channel. Would appreciate that. Also want to remind everybody, if you're interested in coming to Jets Media Day this season, the link to sign up for the priority list is live in the chat. What this will do, again, is get you on the email list and text list. And I know how many tickets you're interested in, so I need a head count before I start, planning the event. I need to have a specific head count so I know how many tickets I need to get. So make sure you guys sign out this form if you are interested in coming through to Jets Media Day this season. A lot of exciting things, man. A lot of exciting things. Let's do it. Isn't that Jason Taylor's son? Yes, it's Jason Taylor's son, and it's Joy Taylor's nephew. How about that? Joy Taylor's nephew. So Joy Taylor in the media is going to be on the Jets side. How about that? Richie needs a like. Thank you, Larry. This tight end was born when I was graduating high school. That's pretty wild. Pretty wild. Arian Smith, top 5 speed in the league. Hill, Worthy, Gibbs, Williams. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. He is up there with speed. That's why I think this is so worthy of a gamble. This is so worthy of a gamble, bro. In my opinion. I love the gamble, bro. I love it. Give me someone that has that type of trait. I think the Jets can afford a gamble like that. Membou, the last piece to the puzzle. I mean, look at this offensive line, dude. I can't stop looking at this offensive line and having a smile on my face. Some hater try to come on here and tell me this Jets offensive line is not potentially going to be one of the best in the league. I mean, bro, the only thing that's going to stop this offensive line is injuries. And I think it's going to be really interesting, and I'm already getting ahead of myself, like what they're going to do with Vera Tucker and Simpson long term. Because that's the one thing that I'm worried about. Continuity. I definitely think one of the two, Tucker or Simpson, will be extended, but I don't know if both of them will. I would love to see them both extended, but I also think that they're going to go out there in the field and let them play together before they start talking extensions. Vera Tucker entering his contract year. So is Simpson. And I just look at this offensive line, and you talk about 2 tackles that the Jets drafted in back-to-back drafts in the first round. 2 of the best pass-protecting tackles in the draft. And you talk about a mean mindset. Like, that's what this Jets team is going to accomplish. And, like, I feel like we're also forgetting about our new quarterback, right? Justin Fields is the guy. And I think Justin Fields is going to benefit the most from this offensive line. This is the best offensive line Fields has ever had in his life. He's a brand new guy. I just made a video yesterday on the channel that the one thing that we learned from the New York Jets 2025 draft is that they are all in on Justin Fields because they did not draft a quarterback. And I think them not drafting a quarterback tells us their confidence level in Justin Fields. It absolutely does. I think that's important. I think that is very, very important. They are all in on Justin Fields, man. So shout out to that. Shout out to that. We need to score points. That's what it's about, man. Fields has no excuses. Go be great. And that's very, very important to note here. Justin Fields literally has no excuses, folks. In Chicago, there's all the excuses in the world for him. In Pittsburgh, the excuse is he got benched, so never really got a full season. But now, this year, there's not an excuse in the world for Justin Fields. You're reunited with your wide receiver, Garrett Wilson, and your tight end, Ruckert. You have this offensive line on paper protecting you. you have a system that's being catered for you. So there is not an excuse in the world for Justin Fields, and I'm really excited to see what he looks like, man. I really, really am. Steve's in the chat. What's good, man? Richie, what was your experience in Green Bay? I saw you with Bass. Looked like you guys had a great time. We did have a fantastic time, man. It was awesome. It was awesome. Bass's interview with Matthew Golden is going viral right now on TikTok, by the way, which is really cool. The Roundtable Sports coverage of the NFL draft was freaking awesome. It really, really was. And if you go to the Roundtable Sports TikTok account, you'll see all of our interviews on there. This is Bass's interview with Golden. Has 370,000 views, bro. That's crazy. Look at this. The Packers haven't drafted a receiver since pretty cool. First round. What would it be like hearing your name called by the Green Bay Packers? Pretty cool, man. Have you had any contact with them? So I really am excited about that. I think that the coverage of the Roundtable Sports draft was fantastic, and I just am so thankful to be there. I mean, I had a cool interview with Travis Hunter. That's me asking Travis Hunter this question. I just go out there and meet Travis. You know what I mean? And it was just we had a great time, bro. I interviewed Abdul Carter, interviewed Mason Graham. We had a lot of fun interviews, bro. It was a lot of fun. I ain't gonna lie. Richie, how do you think we're going to include our running game? I think our running game is going to be crazy. You feel me? I think our running game is going to be crazy, dude. And I'm really excited about it because I think the ground and pound mindset is going to be fantastic. I think it's going to be fantastic. The run game with Justin Fields as a dual threat quarterback with this offensive line on paper with Breece Hall. Come on, folks. Give me a break. We have Flyboy Jack in the house saying, JETS suck, suck, suck. And you always be a bleep to me, Richie. Good, bro. Hope you're sending you nothing but love, my friend. Seems like you need that. Richie mingling with the elites. Bro, it was crazy being on the same field as all the prospects. And I'm a little bit upset that none of the Jets players that we drafted was there. You feel me? I wanted Membou to be there, but he wasn't. He wasn't there. That's okay. But I wish he was. Richie, do you think Breece Hall will have a better year this year than last year? And with Braylon Allen have more carries? Yeah, I think that Breece Hall, with a brand new system, brand new coaching staff, brand new offensive line, brand new quarterback, there's a lot of new things. A lot of new things with the New York Jets that I think that is going to benefit Breece. Richie, what was your favorite draft pick? I know you like them all, sounds like, but there is a favorite. Yes, there is a favorite. My favorite draft pick in this entire class for me is this player right here. I'll put him on the screen so I don't spoil it. This guy right here, Azareye'h Thomas. He's my personal favorite in the third round. I did not expect Azareye'h Thomas to be there. I know that he fell because of his 40-yard dash, but this is my personal favorite. I interviewed him. He's my first ever interview in my NFL media career, and I did not expect him to be a Jet when I was doing my homework on him, bro. When I was at the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama, I felt like a scout. You know what I mean? That was my first experience of being like a scout, sitting there at practice, looking at number 8 from FSU, and I did not do any homework on this kid yet. My first impression of Azareye'h Thomas was at the Senior Bowl. So I'm sitting there watching him lock people down, looking at his length, looking at his size. I'm like taking notes. I'm like, yo, FSU's Thomas. And I remember going live that day, covering my takeaways of the Senior Bowl for Roundtable. And my first takeaway was Thomas. And I'm like, yeah, the Jets are probably not going to draft him, but this is a guy that I feel like whoever gets in the NFL is going to get a stud. And the Jets did it, bro. The Jets did it. Crazy. They got my guy. So I think that Thomas has potential to be the number 2 corner next to Sauce Gardner for the long run, man. Sauce Gardner for the long run. I love it. I heard Jets were targeting Kyle Williams at 73, and they were going to trade back into round 3 and select Azareye'h. Really? Where'd you hear that? I did not hear that. Donovan Edwards going to replace Breece Hall. That's crazy. That's crazy. I like Donovan Edwards, but that ain't happening. I mean, come on. That ain't happening. Do the Jets pay you to do media coverage? I might rather have you asking questions than the other Rich Tomini. No, I do not get paid by the Jets at all. So I have NFL credentials, but I do not have Jets credentials. If you guys did not know that. So I don't have access to like all the stuff Rich Tomini has yet, at least. So I don't have Jets credentials, but I do have NFL credentials. And this is what NFL credentials gets you. I mean, bro, this is like a dream come true for me. Looking at my name on an official NFL media credential with Roundtable Sports on it. Pretty wild stuff, I ain't gonna lie. Every time I look at this, I'm like, dude, crazy. I don't know. It's crazy, bro. Maybe I'll get Jets credentials next. Maybe that's next up on the list. Breece will actually break out this year. I hope so, man. Let's be honest, Jets forever. Breece has not lived up to the hype yet, and we can both agree with that. But I think he does have a chance to break out this year. I really, really do. The guy hasn't rushed for 1,000 yards yet. And yes, there's a lot of excuses. Oh, this offensive line, scheme, whatever the case may be. I don't care about no excuses. I want to see production, bro. This is it for Breece. This is his contract year. This is up to Breece Hall to show who he is. Because I'm sitting here hyping up Breece to be a top 5 back in the league, and he has not proved that yet. I still think that is a possibility. King Lowski's in the chat. J-E-T-S. Now, speaking of the Jets, I don't know if you guys saw my post, but the Jets sent me this signed Garrett Wilson mini helmet for my birthday. Which was crazy, bro. They sent me a whole note. Very thankful of the New York Jets sending me this, man. Crazy card, too. It's like from the Jets. So shout out to Garrett Wilson. It even has a certificate of authenticity, so it's not fake. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Shout out to Garrett Wilson, man. My favorite Jet. And it's funny how they sent me that because he is my favorite Jet, Garrett Wilson. Are you done having meetups at Dolphin games? We may have to. I mean, they lost us money. So, I don't know. Some Dolphins fans are going to have to convince us to do it. You feel me? But Jets Media Day is going to be a freaking... Woo! Guys, click the link at the top of the chat. Sign up for Jets Media Day now. Tickets will be available at the end of the month of May, folks. At the end of the month of May. I'm really excited about it. You guys should be excited about it too. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. All right, I want everybody in the chat right now to tell me who your favorite pick is that the Jets brought in. Let me know your favorite draft pick of this Jets 2025 class. All the players are on your screen right now. I've been standing for a half hour. It's time to sit down. I will be going to the Knicks playoff game tonight, baby. Catch your boy at MSG tonight. Woo! I can't wait. Membou. Taylor. Membou. I love it. Absolutely love it. Arian Smith. All right, folks. I need more water. You guys let me know your favorite. I want to take some callers in the chat. So I'm going to open this up to some callers. I want to hear from you guys. I just sent a call-in link. I'm going to be right back. And when we come back, we're going to take some callers. Let's go. All right. Let's do it. Who's first up? Thank you for the wait. Appreciate you guys waiting on in, man. I'm excited to get some callers in the house. We're live on Jets Media, baby. Hit that thumbs up button if you did not already. Let's get into some callers, man. First up, we got Mindset Jet in the house. What's good, bro?
Richie, what's up, Richie? Good morning, brother.
Look at that energy. I love it. Good morning, my friend.
I'm hyped for this season. And we got the Knicks playing today. Oh, I love it,
I'll
brother.
be there tonight, baby. I'll be there.
Bro, I'll be watching. That's for sure.
Let's go.
But what I want to talk about is the last two picks. I haven't really done a lot of research on them, but I like the linebacker a lot. I really like the linebacker a lot. He's a pass coverage guy. He's not fast, but I give it to him. He's good. He's tough. Like I like that toughness, you know?
Absolutely.
And he could just catch the ball. Like, I mean, we never had a linebacker that could catch the ball, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie.
It's true. We need someone that can rip the ball away and force some turnovers through the air. I think the last two picks are going to be interesting depth pieces that can provide some, developmental piece for the long term. And I like that. He's going to be the fourth linebacker in the depth chart heading into camp. Maybe he could work his way up. I'm looking at him like our new Sherwood, where we drafted Sherwood. He sat and learned behind CJ and Quincy, and now Sherwood became a long-term answer. Maybe he can become that one day.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. And the edge, I don't know who I forgot his name.
Tyler Barron.
Yeah, Tyler Barron. Yeah, he looks pretty good. Like he could swim. I feel like he could swim. Like to me, he's good cutting. He cuts in and cuts out. I'm like, wow, it's pretty.
Yeah, he's finesse. That's the word, right? He's good at the finesse moves, and that's what you're bringing up, the swim moves, and that's what he's less power. He's more finesse, which is what the Jets need, is get to the quarterback. And, he's got Jermaine Johnson to help him out right when he gets into the game, Will McDonald. So we got the bend and the athleticism of McDonald. We got the power and speed of Jermaine, and now we got the finesse of Barron. I like it.
And what's also, what's your, what do you think about Brady Cook?
Brady Cook? Yeah, a lot of people are hyped up about Brady Cook, it seems. Yeah, I think that he has a lot of athleticism and has arm talent, but his issue is like reading the field. If you turn on Brady Cook highlights, you're going to come away like, dude, this guy's a beast. Like, how come he didn't get drafted?
Last night I was watching it, I thought he could be the starter for a second. I was like, whoa, relax.
Yeah, I know. That's the funny thing. Whenever there's a quarterback that gets brought in, you watch the highlight tape and you're like, wait, this guy's our new quarterback for the future, right? But the concerns is the mental ability to scan the field and like do all the tough things. He can make throws where you're like, yeah, that's why he's in the NFL now. He can make every throw. His arm is elite. His athleticism is great, but he doesn't really have it up here. So that is not to say he can't develop it, but I think he's the perfect guy the Jets brought in undrafted free agency. I like it. Yeah. And Armand Membou protected him. They were teammates.
I love that we have Armand Membou now, man. I love it. This offensive line is going to go insane. I don't know. I'm hoping they could be top 5, to be honest, because I feel like Fields can have so much time in the pocket. He won't even worry about needing to run. He can just pass all day. Pass it to Garrett. Pass it to Smith. Pass it to Malachi Corley. Please do something.
No, I know the pass protection is going to be fantastic. The Jets are going to run the ball like we've never seen before. I'm excited, man. I really, really am. I think there's a lot of reasons to be optimistic with this Jets offense now, finally, just because of the offensive line, which is where it all starts.
Yeah.
So I'll let you go, man. You drive safe, all right? I want to make sure you're driving safe. Much love to you, man. Let's go Jets and let's go Knicks.
Let's go.
Appreciate you, brother. My man. Man, he called in with the hype, bro. You hear that? He called in and just getting hyped up. That's the energy I like to hear. That's that real energy I like to hear, my friends. Shout out to Mindset Jet for the love, my friend. Let's go. All right, let's get into the next caller, my boy D Risen.
Yo, Richie.
How are you, my friend?
Hey, listen, man, I feel your pain right now because my allergies is kicking my ass too. And on top of that, I have a cold. And on top of that, it's hot in Jersey, so I'm really feeling your pain right now. I got a bottle of here. I got a bottle of Zeratex.
Yeah, dude.
But
we're in this together.
Yeah,
it's brutal over here.
Yeah, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. Every time I see you wipe your nose, I'm wiping my nose too.
Yeah, bro. I'm like,
Yeah, man. Oh yeah, shout out to Jack, man. You know I gotta shout out Jack every time I come on here. Jack, wherever you at, shout you out, bro. Let's go, Jets.
Hell yeah, man.
Um, about this season, man, I am so pumped, bro. You know, you guys been doing this for so long. We've been looking at the ups and downs of things for the past few decade, maybe. You know, Rodgers, we had good expectations with that. I'm so glad we really made a turnaround this season with everything. Like besides the defense, I feel like the whole offense, we just said, you know what, we're just going to rebuild on top of everything. Our picks, I love our picks. Tylen Barron, he's a stud. He's like you said, he does a lot of finessing. He doesn't have the big intangibles that most edge rushers have, but he just has that finesse. He knows how to be at the right spot at the right time. Um, uh, you know, our first round pick, that's I'm not even going to speak on that. That's a given. That guy's he's a great great guy. He's a great OT. Smith, they say he has a problem with catching. Hopefully he can, solve that issue. But that kid is lightning fast, and that's exactly what we needed. Our team is looking young, Richie. We have a young team. We have a team for the future. So this is why I'm so excited. Like, you don't understand. I know you understand, but I don't think the world even understands right now that the Jets is really about to do a big turnaround because we have a complete young team for the future. And that's the whole big thing that I'm so excited about. And that's all I really wanted to call and say, that I'm so excited about, the fact that we are so young and we're ready. We're young and ready. And hopefully this season, man, can be as better as it should be, as better as last season, without a shadow of a doubt. We should definitely make it to the playoffs. We should definitely make some noise in the regular season. And I'm just so pumped, man. I'm sick right now, but if I was well right now, I'd be screaming out my lungs right now. Because I'm so oh my God, Richie, I'm so excited.
Well, D, definitely reserve that energy, man. And I'm excited there with you. I match all the same excitement. And I think the point that you made, which is important, is the youth, which is fun. It's not like we're an old team that we have to try to win now. Otherwise, we don't win now. It's failed. I think.
Richie, I have a question for you, though, Richie.
What's good?
Even though we have a defensive mind coach, do you think he's going to be good, with running the offense, because I understand, the times has changed now and you don't, the coaches nowadays, you don't have to be an offensive minded coach to run an offense. But as of Glenn, we all know that he's a really good defensive, coach,
Yeah.
So do you think he's going to do, good, running the offense due to the fact that this offense is looking really good right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the cool thing about Glenn is he always says, yeah, I'm a defensive coach, but I'm a head coach. Like, he's not someone that's just going to be focused on the defense. Like, Saleh and Glenn are different from that capacity. As much as Saleh attempted to be the head coach, you can tell he was all in on defense to the point where last year was the first time Saleh said, oh, yeah, this year I'm going to make it a point and get my hands on the offense. Well, too little, too late, Saleh. So I think Glenn has the right approach where he's going to coach all three phases. He's going to be hands-on the offense right out of the bat. And he said that he even tried to become an offensive coach at one point, even though he played defense. So I think that he's going to have an impact on the offensive coaching staff. Tanner Engstrand, I'm excited to see what he looks like. It's his first year ever being an OC, but him learning under Ben Johnson and being the guy that was, planning everything for Ben Johnson gives me a lot of excitement. And Ben Johnson was raving about him as well when the Jets interviewed Ben Johnson at the Combine. So a lot of interesting things, and I think that Glenn's going to be hands-on the offense more than we think.
Well, the only thing I'm hoping for right now, the last thing I'm going to say is the only thing I'm hoping for right now is that we can click fast. That's the only thing I'm praying for. I'm hoping that we get on this field.
Yeah, I think clicking fast, and D, appreciate the call, my friend. I really, really do. And I'll let Jack know that you give him a shout-out as always. So much love to you, D.
Absolutely, man. I love you guys, man. I love you, Richie, man. I've been riding with you since day one.
I
love you, man. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. I hope you get that Jets pass, man. You definitely deserve that. Bro. They need you every season. Every season they need you. You're definitely putting it on for us. But man, God bless you, bro. Hope you feel better. And
Thank you,
let's
D.
go
You too, my
Jets.
friend. You too. Shout out to D Risen, man. Appreciate that. And what he said at the end was interesting. I wanted to talk about real quick is he hopes that this Jets team clicks fast. And I think that us as Jets fans, obviously that's our hope. But I think the expectation should be that there's going to be a bump in the road. Like it's not going to click right away. And that's okay. I hope that the expectations are, yes, this team is sick on paper. The offensive line is sick on paper. But there's going to be some hiccups on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively, early on in the year. And I'm not saying that that's an excuse where they're struggling and we give them a pacifier and just like baby them. But I do hope that Jets fans realize this is a brand new team, brand new coach with a brand new identity. It's going to take some time. And the way that you build a culture is by going through the, what's the word? Going through the hiccups, going through adversity, right? Like I think the Jets are going to find their identity when they start going through the lull of the season, when they start having injuries to get over, when they start having some tough losses. Like that is when you really get tested. And when the Jets got tested this past season, they failed. Woody Johnson felt any taste of losing. He fired Saleh immediately, and the adversity was the entire season. And last year's team showed the quality that they were lacking and that the quality that Glenn's trying to implement, which is resiliency. The Jets lacked resilience. They lacked toughness with Saleh. And Glenn has said multiple times, the type of mindset they're trying to bring here is resilient, tough, smart. That's the attitude. And I think resilience is one of the most important traits any football team can have because it is inevitable to have struggles in a regular season. The Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles have struggles in the regular season, but they overcome it. The Chiefs, the Bills, all the top teams, the Ravens. Remember the Ravens last year when they started off the season bad? Like every single good team has struggles, but the good teams are the ones that know how to overcome it. So I think that's going to be important. It's not going to be perfect. And I can see it. Like I've been through this so many years now, just from a content creator perspective, that when the Jets do start struggling, I'm going to see so many people being so reactive. Fire Glenn. He sucks. Bench Fields. Like I really hope that Jets fans have learned, like, yo, you got to like give these guys an opportunity to fix what's going wrong before we are so quick to pull the plug. So many fans are so reactionary and don't give time to breathe. The Lions under Campbell and Glenn in their first year won 3 games. And then the year after, they were 1-6 before they start to click. They had a whole year and a half of adversity so they can figure out their ways. So I really hope that these Jets fans, even if we struggle the first half, are not ready to, I don't know. I can't control Jets fans, of course. They're all entitled to their own opinions. But I just can see it from a mile away. I can see it from a mile away what's going to happen. Absolutely. Folks, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button. We're live here on Jets Media. We appreciate all the love as always. Let's get into to the next caller. We got my man Lissell up next.
Hey,
What's up, Lissell?
What's good, man? I'm doing good, except for my allergies. My right eye is red, like as red as heck, but I'm doing pretty well,
Feel you, man.
instead of that. Like I took like I'm not gonna make this like a whole like allergy thing right now, but I will say I did take an allergy test like literally last month, and I just found, and like I said, I found out I was allergic to all pollen.
Yeah, it's very common.
Man, the man above didn't give me any breaks with pollen, you know. Like he didn't give me no
pollen
breaks.
allergy is very common.
Yeah. So but with this team, like honestly, I know you're all right. We are reactionary. Like I'm pretty calm when it comes to beginning of the season. At the end of the season, where like I'm like, come on, now you got to start getting better. Now you got to start getting better. But we are reactionary. Like as soon as we start losing, now everybody need to be fired.
Yeah,
Everybody need to be
I
fired.
know that's who we are as a fan base.
Yeah. But the thing is, I feel like the one thing you can stop being reactionary is just just It's just how we lose.
Mhm.
Because if we lose in close games, like you said about the Detroit games, when they lost, most of them were pretty close. Like most of them were pretty close. Like in those years, like like the Ravens game that they had, they only lost because of because Justin Tucker decided to like have like a machine gun for a leg and kick like a 60-yarder. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So like it's about the way we lose. If we like fight like extremely hard and then we lose by like 3 points because of some who knows what happened, I'm like, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I agree, and I think you bring up a lot of good points. And Lascelles, appreciate the call as always.
Yeah.
Take those allergy medicines, my friend, and heal up, heal up. And I think that the adversity that they're going to show is inevitable. And Jets fans, we know who we are at this point, but I'm excited to see them show their resolve. We got a super chat from my boy Gardner Corner. I'm a little bit behind, but I love the Moore pick. He seems like a big hitting ball hawk, unless I'm missing something. Nah, bro, you ain't missing nothing. I think that is exactly who he is. A captain in the Alabama secondary. The guy is going to be a starter for us, man. I mean, I can just see it. He's going to be a starting safety in the 4th round. He's going to be a beast. I can already tell just by clicking on the tape and seeing what his tendencies are, who he was coached by. He was a Nick Saban coach. He was coached by Nick Saban before he left Alabama. Teammates with Brian Branch. Captain of the defense and secondary. I can see him holding it down back there, bro. Him and Andre Cisco. It's going to be a fun time, man. I appreciate the super chat as always. My man, Gardner. Gardner Corner. What a name. Appreciate that. It's important for us to get off to a fast start. It's only 17 games. Once we start losing players, can lose faith in the staff. Yeah, it's definitely going to be important to get off to a fast start, as it is for every year. I just don't know if I'm expecting it, honestly. Like, I don't. I got to look at the schedule. I got to look at the schedule before I can see if we're going to get off to a fast start or not. But the schedule could be brutal right away for all we know. The schedule could be brutal for all we know. Next up, we got my man Steve in the house. What up, Steve?
What's up?
How you doing, man?
Good. I thought maybe you would want to hear from another team's perspective, and I'm going to say this. With this draft class you guys got this year, I feel this is a really, really complete class compared to the other years. I mean, I think the Jets did really well with this draft class.
Thank you. See, there we go.
And so forth. I mean, there's the guy I asked you earlier, who was your favorite pick, and you said that what's his name?
Thomas.
Azareye'h Thomas. I was hoping we would draft him. See, because the whole Jair deal, we need a corner. We got one in the 7th round and all that, but then, like I said, and this thing with Brady Cook. Now, I've been on your show for times and stuff like that, and then, weeks and weeks past.
Of course.
I kept on saying that, there was a lot of talk about Ward and Dart and whatever, and I kept on saying that the Jets should also look at Riley Leonard and Brady Cook. Now, Leonard went to the Colts. That's my girlfriend's team. And then when I saw you guys got Cook as an undrafted free agent, I was like, oh, man, they just hit the nail. Because I just think that, there's something, when people look at quarterbacks, like no one knew Tom Brady was going to be Tom Brady in the 6th round pick 199. No one ever saw that coming. And like I've been watching the draft and I've been watching stuff. I'm 51 years old and stuff like that. When I saw you guys get Cook, I'm like, you know what? I think if he could maybe sit a year back, watch Fields and whoever's going to play and learn, I think you guys possibly found your franchise quarterback.
Whoa. Franchise quarterback.
Hey,
that's
wait, Rich, bro. I'm just saying, you don't knock, because like I said, I've been watching this stuff for years, and a lot of the quarterbacks who come out late, like no one ever thinks. Like, look how many quarterbacks came out in front of Tom Brady, and what did they do? Of course.
I mean, that's an anomaly though. Like the Tom Brady,
right?
The Tom Brady since Tom Brady, and Dak Prescott 4th round pick, Russell Wilson mid-round pick. Like there are starting quarterbacks that make it late. Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, basically undrafted, but
And the question I want to ask you is, what did you think of the other teams in the AFC East draft, like the Patriots? What'd you think of that?
Yeah, I think the Patriots had a solid draft. I think they prioritized the offensive side of the ball, which they needed to do. Getting Will Campbell, getting Kyle Williams, I liked for them. Going with the running back from Ohio State. I think they actually did a solid draft. They needed 2 playmakers in that offense. They needed a weapon in Kyle Williams. They needed a pass protector. So I actually like the Patriots draft. I still think that their offensive roster is ways away, but if their coaching staff can maximize and Drake May can take the step, you never know. So the Patriots definitely did a good job. The Dolphins, I would say, had a solid draft. I like Kenneth Grant. They prioritized the trenches in the first 3 picks actually, but they're still like in that state where I don't know. I'm not really expecting much from the Miami Dolphins this year. No offense to them. And then the Bills are the Bills, man. They are a team that went all defense, and you could tell that was their focus. They went heavy defensive line. So I think the AFC East had an interesting class, and I'm interested to see what comes from it. So, Steve, I appreciate the call, my friend, and I appreciate you always tuning in to the channel as a Packers fan, my guy. Much love to you, all right?
All right, you do a good job, and you keep it up, man.
Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that. Shout out to Steve, who's a Packers fan, always showing love to the channel. I really do appreciate that, man. I really, really do. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So Arian Smith is being called one of the best athletes of the 2025 draft. He is, but that doesn't mean he's going to be a good football player. That's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. He's got to show that he's a good football player instead of just an athlete. Patriots had a good draft. I'm scared of variable. Yeah, they did have a good draft, bro. He did. He absolutely did. All right. Another caller's in the house. The number 1 grinder. What's good, my friend?
Good. Let me show my hat. Got my hat back on.
Hey, there we go. What's good, man?
Well, I'm good. How you feel?
I feel great. How you feel?
I feel, yeah. The Jets, I feel the draft, the Jets, they got what we needed and plus more. We got some steals now.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel good at it. And let me tell an average Jet fan like this, right? As me being old, the knows that the 70s, the 80s, some of the 90s, that it's going to take time. This is the new regime. It's going to take time. So we have to be
exactly what I'm trying to say.
It's going to take time, So I mean, getting a fast start, okay, it could be good, but we don't want none of that. It's going to. I mean, it's going to take time, So just be patient, y'all. Just be patient. Just be patient. This is the new regime. Seeing like whatever happened in the past, we got it done. Just understand, Jeff fans. We lead the past for the past, and we here now. We got players right now that wants to play. You hear what I'm saying? So let this regime do their job and just be patient. Just be patient. That's what I'm saying. Just be patient. I know us, Jeff, we want them because we've been through a lot, for a while. But be patient. Aaron Glenn wants to coach the Jets. All right? I want people to understand it. He wants to come to the Jets. He wants to change it around. This is what he started his career at the Jets. Other people join the Jets that wants to come here. They wants to change. So let them do their job. Let them do their job, fam. You gotta let them do their job, fans. And that's all I'm going to say. Congratulations to you and stuff, and keep up the great work.
Thank you, the number 1 grinder. I appreciate that, my friend. JETS, Jets. The number 1 grinder coming out here speaking facts right there, bro. We are aligned right there. I appreciate you, the number 1 grinder. Joe Ross in the chat. Hi, Richie. Broncos fan here. You guys drafted some good players. Tell Mr. Muji I said hi and that I miss him in Broncos country. Well, Jarrell, I appreciate you tuning in here on Jets Media as a Broncos fan. And so far, I'm impressed with Muji. Only time will tell if he'll actually be a good GM or not. But I think that so far, so good for Mr. Darren Muji with the New York Jets. Absolutely. I think there's a lot of reasons to be excited as a Jets fan right now. You know, we got the 2025 class all situated. We're going to wrap up the show here, folks. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Check out Fourth and Forever later today at 2 p.m. EST on Roundtable Sports Network. And one last reminder that if you want to sign up for the Jets Media Day priority list, that link is right now pinned at the top of the chat. All you guys got to do, sign up with your first and last name, phone number, email, tickets, submit. And if you want to check out all the content that we came out with Jets Media Day and the first 3 events, if you want to get an idea of what the event's like, come on through. Again, signing up on the form does not guarantee you having to buy a ticket. All it's doing is giving you all the access to all the early tickets before the public. All right. All the tickets before the public. So I will see you guys later. I will be at the Knicks game tonight at MSG. So wish me luck. I cannot wait for that. Signing out now. Much love to everybody in the chat. Love you all so much. Peace out. Have a great day. Peace.